I feel for Mace because he's in a real situation now where clearly he wants to join United, right?
Yeah.
Clearly his future, he doesn't see it at Chelsea. Chelsea don't see his future with them. So now the Man United situation, he sat down, agreed terms, from what we can understand, agreed terms. That bit's done.
Yep.
It's now for the two clubs to sort this out. So this is the situation as I understand it. Chelsea, he's got a year left at Chelsea, doesn't want to sign. This deal has got to be done within the next 10 days, it feels like, right? What Man United have offered doesn't reach Chelsea's valuation of him, even though he's got a year left in his contract. We are talking single-figure £1 million now.
Yeah.
These are not big numbers in the great scheme of things. These are not the numbers that... So if it feels a little bit like if you're buying a house, you're now somewhere between 15,000 and 7,000. There's a common ground between what the two parties can decide. Meet in the middle, get it done for the best of everyone. Chelsea don't want this dragging on. Man United don't want to have to go out and get a second choice that they don't really see. So Mace is their priority. Get it done. We're talking single-figure millions. Get it done for both parties and the player. Because what the worst-case scenario for everyone is that Mace doesn't get sold in the summer. And Man United lose out. Chelsea probably end up losing 50 million or plus, whatever they decide it's worth. And Mace is there in the middle. And Man United got to go and sign someone. If they sign someone else, that deal next year might not go through.
So Mason's got a year left, right, at Chelsea. Have they offered him a contract?
I believe they did. And that contract, they couldn't be agreed.
So it's not to the valuation of what Mason Mount believes he's worth?
That's what I understand. Without being in the room, as you and I have sat down, without being in the room, you don't know.
No. And what has potentially happened is you've seen Reece James, obviously, but potentially being the top earner. Rumour has it one of the top earners at Chelsea. Mason Mount probably thinks, I deserve to have something like that. And I think he does, to be honest. I
can't disagree.
I cannot fathom why Chelsea are looking to get rid of Mason Mount. I really can't. I can see why Manchester United are trying to buy him because he's a top player.
There you go.
If they want to dig their heels in and get the money that they believe Mason Mount's worth, they clearly rate him as a player. Otherwise, they'd just say, look, we don't want him. Cut price to a certain degree. You said single millions. Okay, let's get it done. Why they're not trying to keep him? I think he's a brilliant player. I think he suits Chelsea.
The relationship between him and the club, it feels like it's broken down.
Oh,
so the club have accepted his future lies elsewhere.
Yeah.
Mace has accepted that as well. So the work, I mean, I can only imagine what it will be like if he has to go back to the club. That is no one wants that.
Yep.
No, that's no good for the player. It's no good for the club.
Yep.
And as I said, Manchester United will then have to go and get a replacement. And if that replacement is brought in, the chances that Mason might move to United next season become less. Would be my.
I agree because they'll have a replacement. Absolutely. There's a certain degree of you thinking, well, if they are going to dig their heels in and not budge on what they want, Manchester United will say, no, we'll go elsewhere, and it seems like that's the rumour has it.
For that money they're paying for Mason, right? That is cut price.
Absolutely.
Right, so they're not going to get the quality of player that Mace is for that same money.
Yeah.
So if they've got 60 million or 55 million tops, they're not going to get a Mason Mount.
Yeah, I agree.
It's only because of the length of the contract that they see this as a bad deal.
But this is what I'm saying about Chelsea keeping him. And okay, they've not agreed. Chelsea don't want him. Mason Mount has accepted his future lies elsewhere. Manchester United clearly want him at a cut price deal, as you said. So go and get it done. Yeah. All this low balling each other and going in really low and trying to meet in the middle. Even the asking price for Mason Mount is a lot lower than his worth, in my opinion. Well, just go and get it done.
Both Chelsea United, sit down around the table, get this done.
What does Manchester United need? They need a midfielder like this. Yeah, they need a midfielder like Mason Mount to join them, to give them that extra push. I think he's very underrated, by the way, Mason Mount.
And the chances are, if his contract expires and he goes on a free next season, let me tell you, Man United will not be the only ones at the front of that queue.
Absolutely not.
They'll be all over Europe looking for him, and they will run the risk of losing him completely.
You know more. You've seen him live more so than I have.
I'm gutted he's leaving.
He is one of the most underrated players in the country.
I totally agree. He hasn't had a great season, but who has it? Saif Rubie, that's for sure.